welcome back to the vlog. Right now I'm going to make some juice. This week I'm going to make just apple juice because I found that actually the apples are what gave the most juice the last time basically. The carrots was kind of, although it tasted nice to me anyway, you didn't get a lot of juice out of the carrots. So I'm going to just do apple juice today. I personally really liked the juice last time, which was apple, carrot and celery. But I think everybody else in the house would have preferred just apple juice or just carrot and apple. So let's get the, I've got the machine prepped here and ready. So I've got my jug here and I've actually remembered to put the lid on this time so that it doesn't splatter everywhere. I plan to make some apple muffins out of the pulp that will come out at the end. So let's get started. So last time I had 8 apples, this time I've got 12. This nifty little sheet which basically tells me what the level is that I need to use for each different types of fruit and vegetables. So apples are at 10. So out of 12 apples made about 700 mils of pure juice. I mean, if you shake it up, then it will probably be much more. So if you shook it up, you probably get close to a litre like I kind of thought. So that's quite, you know, that's a decent amount for just apples. So I'm going to dismount this, and I've actually got some celery. I'm going to make some pure celery juice as well. So this is just a portion of the celery here. So I'm doing 3 packs. So hopefully that will make a decent amount that I can spread over the next couple of days. So on this little scale, the celery comes as a 4. Actually not much less celery juice compared to the apples. So yeah, that will definitely do me, because I think I'm the only person in the house that actually is wanting the celery juice on its own. So that's definitely plenty for me. So just going to pop this in the mason jar and in the fridge for tomorrow morning. So here is the result of all of that juicing. So 2 small mason jars for the celery juice, 1 of the bigger ones for the apple. The apple doesn't look very attractive right now, so obviously it needs to be shaken. And a big bowl full of pulp for muffins. Starting with matcha. A lot of green liquids today. Show me making it, so I'm just having a smoothie. But I didn't show me making it because I've shown it quite a few times on this channel, but I will turn you around. So it's this cacao smoothie. So it's got banana in there, it's got dates, it's got cacao powder, ice and a smidge of vanilla with almond milk. I really like this one because cacao is super good for iron. So that's why I kind of usually go back to this one, because I know it's packed full of those with iron and antioxidants. So this is just a quick pick me up before I go out and walk the dogs. Just thought I would quickly show you what I'm having on my lunch break. I often have this for breakfast, but today I was a bit short on time, so I just had something even quicker in the morning. So I've got scrambled egg, sliced cucumber, tomato and an avocado. This is an absolute staple, and I find that this is just really kind of gentle on my stomach and fills me up for ages, with some herby salt on it. I did want to make a recommendation of another Scottish kombucha that I found recently, which is this U+I kombucha, Glasgow. So as I say, another Scottish kombucha. This I also discovered in Charlton Farm, which I absolutely love. So this is the black cherry, which is my favourite. So another one is lime, I think. The lime is also really nice, but black cherry is just... Good morning, just checking in to show you my breakfast. I usually really like to have a savoury breakfast, and I usually go for eggs, but I've run out of eggs this morning, so my usual eggs, avocado, tomato and cucumber is off the menu. So I've got yogurt this morning. I'll just show you what I top it with. I've got goat's yogurt. Usually go for goat or sheep. I can't tolerate cow's yogurt, and generally sheep or goat is better for us anyway. So in here I've also got some blueberries and some strawberries. Added them in. I've also got some of my mixed seeds. I have this jar in my kitchen which is just sort of a random mixture of whatever I had in the cupboard. Pumpkin seed, poppy seed, sunflower seed, flax seed, and some sesame. I also popped on top some of these organic freeze-dried raspberries, running out of them, so we'll need to do a real food source order pretty soon, and some bee pollen also from the real food source. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of honey on here, and that will be my breakfast. Today is Saturday of a beautiful bank holiday weekend. Start of the Easter holidays here in Angus, and super sunny today. So we've just come along to Lintreth and Loch to just spend some time by the water and yeah, just feel the peace here. So such a beautiful place. We've also got Canordy Loch, which is really close to Kerry as well, which I also like, but today I just fancy the tranquility of Lintreth. Video you would have seen me heading into Dundee. Also, I'm very aware that I look not very well put together today, but anyway, I've seen that I headed into Dundee during the week, and I was there to go to the therapy clinic, which is where I go to get laser. Really like that clinic. I've been going there since I moved to Scotland, and I have to say I've had a much better experience there than I have done in London clinics in the past, and actually price wise it's a much better price point at this point in the video. So I'll be heading away tomorrow. So I wanted to get laser because anybody who hasn't had it before, if you're going away and you're going to be somewhere that's going to be relatively sunny, you should give your skin at least a week in advance before you go into the sun. So I am going to Poland, so it's not going to be super duper hot. It's not like kind of tropical climate or anything like that, but it will be warmer than here. If I was going somewhere super sunny, then it would need to be further in advance. But anyway, so I was in Dundee to get my laser, and I popped into the shops while I was there, show you basically what I picked up, but also what I'm taking with me. So I'm trying to travel pretty light, because I find, especially on flights like EasyJet and Ryanair and all those kind of places, you can get a relatively, not cheap, because these flights aren't really cheap anymore, you can get a cheaper flight, but once you start adding in luggage and all these kind of things, that's when you really starts to be not so cheap anymore. So basically I'm trying to travel light and just have a carry-on backpack size bag, which is yeah, what I'm taking. So I'm going to be there for 10 days. Luckily I am going to be staying with friends. I do go there on a regular basis, so I actually have a few bits and bobs that are already on the other end, so that really helps. So I still do need to pack 10 days worth. What I've tried to do is, because I know I'll be going back there in the summer, I've tried to take things out of my wardrobe which I won't miss too much here. I know will also carry me over in the summer as well, so that when I'm traveling I can pack lightly. I was a lot less prepared this time than I usually am. I'm usually a super early packer. Anyway, so let's just give you an idea of the bits and bobs that I'm taking with me, and some of the things which are coming with me are newer items which I haven't shown on the channel before, and some of the other items that I picked up in Dundee are not coming with me. Anyway, I'll show you. This is my super trusty, very unattractive and very, very old Converse backpack. I bought this on ASOS maybe like, oh gosh, well, I've lived here for 6.5 years, and I bought this backpack maybe like 3 years before I left London, at least 2 years. So this is a super old backpack that I've had forever. And as I say, it has come with me everywhere. It used to be my work bag when I used to have to carry a lot of stuff and lunches and things like that around. It's had so much use out of it. I think I paid something like £15 for this backpack. So cost per wear has been just, yeah, I don't even know what that would work out at this point. But I like that it's got this great big pouch at the front. It's got this zip. It's got a zip inside, and it's also got another kind of compartment that you can slip bits and bobs in. So it's just fantastic, and it's just a standard size backpack, but for some reason this fits so much in it. It's just so effective. So you might have seen in the Dundee clips that I popped into Rituals, and I popped into Rituals because I needed some travel size bits. I will say that Rituals is probably not as kind of clean as I previously thought that it was, but I still quite like their products, even though they're not, they're not exactly the purest. But anyway, so I picked up these makeup wipes because they just come in handy when I'm out and about. I don't want to take full-size products. Also, it's not something, you know, I wouldn't use makeup wipes at home. So I'm going to take these with me so that I can leave them there. So taking with me, you might have seen me speak about this before, which is the Elemis Pro Collagen Marine Oil. Will just be a really good kind of hydrating thing for my skin, considering it will be a bit warmer than here. Natural, eco-friendly deodorants. This putty stick one, I've been using it before now, and I think that this is really a great product. I've tried some of these zero waste deodorant packs in the past, and I have to say this is the best one because it has because it's rose geranium, it has a nice scent to it. And actually some of the more natural deodorants I've found in the past do quite the opposite to keeping you deodorant. Actually, I found some of them are more kind of odor encouraging, which is not great, not what you're looking for a deodorant. But this one I highly recommend. Precisely My Brow Pencil. This one I actually purchased pre-loved, not pre-loved that it was used, but pre-loved that somebody had purchased the wrong colour for them. I use the shade 3 in warm light brown because I don't want my brows to be super duper dark. This is left over from my last trip, which is the Rituals Factor 30. Always my go-to when I'm travelling. I like it generally, but it's really handy for travelling, which is this Rituals Body Mist. This one is my favourite scent. This one, and I think there's another one which is rice and cherry blossom. I think those two are my go-tos, but I absolutely love this one. I think it's just a subtle scent, and obviously it's travel size. This is not coming with me because obviously I have the putty stick, but this was something that I essentially got for free because of my members discount, which is this antiperspirant spray. So this one's staying behind because I don't really like to carry sprays with me. Highly recommend this, and this is the rice milk and cherry blossom. Although I've got the makeup wipes, I also will be taking my cleansing balm with me. Like I've said before, I have 2 of these because I've found them at a really good deal and I was trying them out for the first time. Not my favourite. I still prefer Neil's Yard, but obviously I'm using this one up, so it's coming with me. And because I have 2, this one can also stay behind. Makeup wise, I don't do a lot of makeup on a daily basis anyway, and I definitely don't like to spend my time when I'm away on makeup. So 3 brushes do me fine. You can see that I use this one for blush. It does need a clean, but I just have been short on time, so I can clean it when I get there. I think this one would be, is it Real Techniques? That's what these old brushes are. Yeah, Real Techniques. So I've got two really old brushes. This one I use for blending concealer and actually just blending everything together once I finished with face makeup. Really old, I think this was a Kelly. Was it Kelly? No, is it an old Smashbox? Because you've got the eyeshadow side and the blending side. I don't even, is Smashbox even still around? Really super old product, but it's actually lasted forever. Bronzer. I don't use a lot of bronze, hence why it's lasted me such a long time. I usually just use this to very, very lightly contour, but that's coming with me. And also an old blush. I don't even know if this is like permanent collection MAC. It is called Formal. It's a beauty powder blush. That's the shade. I think this one is really nice for kind of summertime. Current favourite mascara is the Benefit Roller Lash Gel, kind of go-to lip liner, and very old as well. Maybe also another one that's being sold. I'm not sure. This is a Maybelline one. The tone is Sweet Pink 132. Again, my trusty Burt's Bees lip balm. Again, I'm taking a cheapo lipstick with me. This is the concealer that I use on a regular basis, which is the Match Perfection. I don't go super high end with my concealers. I don't need a lot of coverage. Mostly this is just for dark circles. Spot gel. I am not a person who really suffers with spots. So if I do get one, I get an odd one and it really, really stands out. So, and I found that this from Voyager, which is a relatively local business. I got this from their discount store in Dundee, but I believe this is actually a Scottish brand. Yeah, Perth-based brand, and I really like them, and this has been yeah, super handy to have around. These Converse I was debating taking with me, but I don't think that they're going to make the cut. But I recently just found these on Vinted. So these are sort of like a grey taupey kind of colour, so they're in between brown and grey. These look almost brand new. You can see from the soles, almost not worn at all, and I got these on Vinted for £4. So my advice to anybody is, yeah, why buy Converse brand new? They're so easy to find, barely used on Vinted. I'm also taking these quite old Nike trainers because although they're old, they still, they're quite easily to wipe down. So I think that these are going to be quite versatile for walking around, but also I would like to get some running in while I'm there, and I think these will do the trick. I have some pink running trainers that I generally wear for running at home, but they are bright pink. The last pair of shoes that I'm taking you would have seen in my previous video, which is these June shoes that I found on Vinted. Yeah, very, very lightly used. Absolutely love them. Tried them on with lots of different stuff. I'm looking now and I don't think that everything is actually going to make the cut, but let's see how far we can get. I'm going to work on taking the most kind of versatile things and putting them in first. I love, love, love these jean shorts. These are the kind of Bermuda style long ones, which personally for me, I think suit me best. I don't get on well with shorts in general, but the longer ones I just prefer, and I really like this kind of style of button-up shorts rather than the zips. I don't know why, I prefer them over zip shorts. And this light wash, I love it. It's a very kind of fresh feeling, and the more I wear these and the more worn they look, the better. These were from Zara, and I purchased these for last year's holiday season from Vinted for about £10 or something. I think they were new with the tags at the time. So to go with them, I am taking a couple of my jade vest tops that have come out of the BB sets, and I love these vest tops because they are really comfortable, but they're actually really supportive as well. So I've got this pink colour that I'll be taking with me, and I'm also packing this green one as well. Both colours that I think will work really well with light denim, and I think also will look quite good with either those trainers or my sandals. For a bit of kind of variation, I'm taking with me, this is a Bowden cardigan with a green top with the shorts. I'm just taking this really simple green M&S cardigan. Obviously the jean shorts are quite heavy. I'm just trying to rotate that with as many different things as possible. Oh my goodness, look how full this bag is already looking. Some things are definitely not going to make the cut. So generally we're quite active in doing quite active stuff. So I'm taking this really old top from River Island, and I'm taking it to go with these black Gymshark biker shorts, and I've also bought some gym leggings. So these are the ombre style Gymshark leggings, which I recently bought on Vinted. I don't even know if they do these anymore, but my goodness, I remember there was a time when these were such a craze and I just didn't buy into them. They are so flattering, unbelievably flattering. I really thought that ombre was going to make it, was just really going to emphasize the lower half, but it doesn't at all. I have a really old Sweaty Betty racerback gym top and my absolute favorite navy blue Super Sculpt Sweaty Betty leggings. I just love them so much. They are light but supportive. Again, just love them. Really wanted to take this dress. It was just a new look one. Again, another Vinted find, which I just love and think is really, really flattering, especially when it's kind of warm but not super warm. I love this dress. I have worn it a few times already, but it's just not going to fit in because even rolled up it's just a bit too poofy. One that is going to roll up nicely though is this Hobbs dress. Again, another charity shop find. It's showing up sort of black on the camera, but it's not. It's actually a really kind of deep brown and sort of mustard yellow florals on it, which is kind of just down to knee length. So really nice length. I really think I'm beyond the stage in life for short dresses. A pair of really old Abercrombie shorts, which I plan to leave behind. These are really just handy for kind of throwing on and off if you're sitting kind of sunbathing, or I say sunbathing like it's going to be super hot, but you know, I'm coming from Scotland, it's definitely going to be hotter. Two much easier to roll up dresses. This one with this kind of not sure what kind of print you would call that. Anyway, it is a midi dress, and really old one from Topshop, which I have had. I remember wearing this on a holiday in 2015. So yeah, and I'd had it for a while before that. So well over 10-year-old dress that has got a lot of wear, but still is a favourite of mine whenever it's kind of summer months, even here in the UK or basically anywhere. I just love to wear this dress. It's super flattering and easy to move around in. I also am bringing this red, again, midi length dress. This is a Zara one, which I found in one of those British Red Cross dead stock finds. Most importantly, it can fold up really small to go into my bag, and will go really nicely with those shoes. Travel book is one that I haven't got very far in. I keep starting this book, and then these days I'm so tired that I don't really get far reading at night time. So you can see I haven't got very far in this, but this is Floss on the Mill. It's one of those kind of old style classic books, which I found in a charity shop once. I actually don't even really, I mean, I know what it's about so far, obviously, but I'm not really sure what the plot is supposed to be. I just thought The Mill on the Floss sounded like a really pretty title. The light is going now, so cutting it really fine light wise but also bag wise. You can see that is how much space I've got left, which will accommodate this dress. Again, another really old dress that which I'm not going to bring back with me, but it is from ASOS, and this has also been on so many holidays with me. I think I bought this one back in 2016. Since I bought this, I'm pretty sure it's been on every single trip with me. The last decisions that I'm trying to make are coats, what coat I want to take with me, and it's between two quite similar coats. This one is a new one that I just found on Vinted, which I was lusting after when it was originally in Next. I just love this camel colour with the gold buttons. I know I'm actually losing the light now and it's probably not showing up as beautiful as it is, but it's a full length coat, but it's a bit more structured. Absolutely love that coat. Thinking about taking that one with me. Its competitor is this kind of drape style old, very old Zara coat, which I've had for, oh my goodness, maybe like 8 years or something like that. It's been worn to death. I bought this when it was originally in Zara, and if anybody remembers when this coat, I'm not showing it very well, but it's one of those ones that are just kind of loose with the tie around. I bought this when it was originally in the shop, and it's been worn to death. I'm going to wait until the morning to decide which one is going to come when I put my clothes on to travel in. And again, I can't decide between what I want to wear to travel in. Obviously, I want to be comfortable. So it's between these two jade sets. This one is a newer season. It is in this, I believe the colour was called Olivine. And these wide leg trousers. The jade wide leg trousers I absolutely love. Wear them to death. This set I just recently found on Vinted. The new season with one of the newest seasons with the tie front at the around the hips, which is, yeah, I love that. Or the classic Jade BB 3-piece set. The 3-piece set I'm leaning more towards because it has these different pieces which I can also use to mix and match while I'm there. So these Pumas, in the light, they're looking really, really yellow. They're not. They're just like a really kind of light stony colour beige. Really versatile, and I think they're gonna be really handy while I'm away. Over the top of that, just to try to take with me another kind of layer, one of these. So this is my old sleeveless knitted vest from Selected Femme, which you've seen me talk about before, and actually I vlogged when I got this in London a couple of years ago. Or the alternative is this very similar jumper that I just recently picked up on the weekend from a charity shop in Perth. Yeah, it was in Perth, from Nobody's Child. Essentially pretty much the same. Deciding which one should I wear over the top of my travel stuff, just basically wearing it for the fact that I want to be able to carry it. Is everything that I am taking with me in that bag. I am not leaving until probably like 11 o'clock, maybe 11:30 tomorrow. I'm going to be trying out the Ember bus service. I was going to say new, but it's not that new anymore, which is collection from Forfa. So I'm trying that out tomorrow. I usually go into Dundee and get the coach from there because I just don't like leaving my car in the airport. I don't really see the point of doing that. It has a split ticket, so you get the actual bus into Edinburgh and then you change at, I think it's the same place where people do park and ride, if you're familiar with Edinburgh, and then you get the tram, I think, yeah, tram ticket into the airport. So I'm going to, hopefully this goes well. I've left myself lots of time for any additional emergency travel. Maybe not the best idea for it to be the first time trying it when I've got a plane to catch. I will actually, while we're here, quickly show you a couple more bits that I picked up recently that aren't coming with me, and they weren't intended to come with me. A find that I was super excited to see in Dundee was these specials. These are the brown ones. Let me see if I can get them in the light. These are those, the lighter brown version, which I found in Dundee in junior size, which if you're a size 5 and below, we are very fortunate to be able to go for juniors because that gives us a lot of, a very heavy discount. So I found these in juniors, and I actually was able to go for the 4.5, which they had in there either a 4.5 or a 5.5. So 4.5 was perfect for me. So these, in comparison to the full price ones, the full price ones are like 90 something pounds, and actually sold out in most places in my size. But I found these ones in Dundee, and the juniors were £60. I also found this shirt dress on Vinted. It is sheer, and it's this really light pink dress with sort of like flowers. Add a pretty detail to the dress, and it's got a collar at the top and shorter sleeves. I really wanted this dress. I've seen it a few times online, and this one came up for silly money. I think it was like £4 or thereabouts. My idea for this was to wear it with sort of like a nude set underneath, so you just kind of see silhouette underneath, which I have a Marco Polo sheer dress that is darker colours, and I wear it in a similar way with black set underneath, and I really like the way that looks. This dress, I have to say, Because of the way the top is, like these sleeves are quite heavy for the fabric, and the collar's quite heavy as well, which is obviously probably why the person was selling it for quite a cheap price. So it needs a little bit of help with styling. So really it comes with this belt, but with this belt tied up, it doesn't look particularly good. Tried it with one of my Hobbs belts, leather one, and trying to get it to sit a little bit lower, and that works much better. So this is one which on its own, yeah, just wouldn't do the trick, and I wouldn't love it at all. It just definitely needs some help. After it's been helped, it's a very nice dress. My very last purchase is another jade set. This was a vintage find. This is an old collection. Old as in like maybe 3 years old, maybe even more. Summer collection. This I think was called something like strawberries and cream. So you can see the BB sets are all pretty much you know, they're the same. You can either get leggings or wide leg trousers with a vest and with a loose kind of jumper that goes over the top. The idea is that the top is long, so it covers your bottom. You've got a very kind of nice but relatively smart loungewear set. A lot of her collection originally was centered around travel and loungewear. She has expanded since then. But anyway, this set I bought with the summer in mind. So it's not coming with me this time, but I know that I'm going to wear this in the summer a lot. This print was one that I loved it, and you can see I'm taking the brown version with me, which was a much later season. And I love the mix and match feature. Like you know, sometimes I just wear the wide leg trousers on their own for, especially when I'm teaching Tai Chi, or if I'm doing Pilates or anything like that. Sometimes I just mix that with something else. I wear the vests a lot on their own. I wear the jumpers a lot on their own. I wear them a lot of sets. So yeah, these I get a lot of wear out of. These sets are like £135, I think. And I found these on Vinted. The whole set was something like £25. And you can see this is white. You would be able to see if it was worn a lot, and this obviously hasn't been.